Hey folks, Reverend Jordan here, bringing you this week's sermon preview from right here by the gazebo here at West Glenville Reformed Church. It's a gorgeous fall morning here on this Thursday as we prepare for this coming Sunday's worship service. Just a couple of quick announcements for you. First of all, we'll be celebrating the sacrament of baptism this coming Sunday, which is always a great celebration. Anytime we have the opportunity to celebrate the sacraments, it's a blessing, and particularly this one of baptism, because it's not one that we celebrate as frequently. We have the sort of regular celebration of Holy Communion, but the sacrament of baptism only comes along when there's someone to be baptized, and so it's a blessing that we have the opportunity to do that. So I invite you to come and be here for worship. That is how we form community, by being together here in worship. So come, be a part of this baptism. Take the vows that the congregation takes to support this family and their love and support and their raising of a child. So be present this Sunday if you can at all possible. Just come on over to church Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, right here at the church. If you can't be with us, we'll be here on the YouTube live stream, and you can join with us in that way. But we invite you to be present with us for worship on Sunday morning. Also, I wanted to let you know we have a community meal coming up. It's not this Sunday, it's the following Sunday, October the 17th. We'll be hosting a free community meal here after worship. So right around 12:30 or so, Steve Camino and I are going to be working on putting together a menu for that. It's going to be a great little meal after church. If the weather's nice, we'll bring some tables out and we'll eat outdoors. If the weather is not, we'll stay inside and enjoy our time in Poff Hall together. But it's an opportunity for anyone who wants to come and experience a free meal. You don't have to bring anything. There is no charge. Those of you who want to leave a free will donation to help offset the costs, that's more than welcome, but not required or even encouraged by any means. Just if you want to, you can help that way. We are hopeful that we can serve anyone that's in need of a meal, or anyone that's in need of a little bit of community. So you're invited to come and be a part of that as well. And it's a great time to just come to church before you come to the meal. So that's a great way to not miss anything. You can be here at church on the 17th and then just stick around and enjoy a little fellowship and the meal together after church if you'd like to. Also, it's a great time to invite someone. If there's someone that that maybe could use an opportunity to come out and be with other folks, you can invite them as well. We'd love to welcome and host anybody else that wants to come for that. So those are a couple things that I wanted to share with you about what we've got going on, and then we're going to get right into this week's sermon preview. So we're going to be looking now at the way that the Lord provided for the Israelites after Moses brings them out of Egypt. So last week we heard Moses' call. We're going to kind of skip over that whole story of Moses going into Egypt and then bringing them back out. There's other years that we'll tackle that story, but what we hear this year is where Moses comes out, and they end up coming out, and they're in the desert, and they don't have any food to eat, and resources are getting scarce, and they're not sure what they're going to do. And it's in that time that the Lord provides for them. We know it's the story of the quails that come at night, and then the manna that comes in the morning. And we're going to listen to that story. Maybe it's something you're familiar with, the manna from heaven. It's sort of this odd substance that kind of rains down and forms this sort of a tacky, crusty thing on the ground that people will go and then collect. Maybe you've heard this story and maybe you're familiar with it, but we're gonna look at it and to see a couple of things. First of all, how it is that the Lord responds to people. We notice that the Israelites spoke out to God in this time, that they needed something, right? And so they spoke out to the Lord, and they let the Lord know that they were in need, and the Lord then responds. And he sets this stuff out on the ground, but he says, it's interesting, two things happen. First of all, he says, there will be enough there for everyone to have everything that they need for a day, right? It's just a day's worth. And then he also instructs Moses that the people have to collect it before that day is out, or else it will spoil overnight, essentially, is what's being told. It's food for that day and that day alone. And so we'll look at some of the interesting aspects of the way that God provides for God's people. How is it that God provides for the Israelites in this story? What is required of all the parties? What is required of God? What is required of the Israelites? But then also, what does it say about us in our time today as we need things, from the Lord, as we need sustenance for the journey of life? What does it say, and how do we go about the process of collecting that which the Lord provides? And so we'll talk about that, and we'll look forward to being in worship together. I invite you to come be with us Sunday morning, 10 a.m., right here at the church, or right here on this live YouTube stream that'll be broadcast on Sunday morning as well. Look forward to seeing you there. God bless.